This video we're going to talk about retiring in Thailand. As you know, I retired in Thailand about a year ago. I've been working here for the last 25 years, and I'm going to tell you how I did it and what are some of the obstacles I went through and what are some of the upsides that you need to think about if you're thinking about moving to Thailand to retire, or anywhere in Asia for that matter. So some of the things I'm going to talk about is applicable. First thing, why Thailand? Why did I retire in Thailand? Well, Thailand is a beautiful place. I'm pretty sure everybody knows the top 5 designations for tourists in the world. I mean, everybody wants to come in. The food's great. The people are friendly. The culture is nice. I mean, if you look at all the positive things about Thailand, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer to come. But it's not that easy just to pop into Thailand and say, I'm going to retire. A lot of people do, and they're unprepared. So I'm going to give you some key insights that I had from a professional level on how you need to come in. It's different than coming in as a tourist and then you're saying, hey, I want to stay. But if you're a professional, you're a planner, and you're a thinker, then you want to lay this thing out before you decide to come. Okay? So I'm going to give you some key insights on how to retire in Thailand. First thing, I came here back in 1999. I came on a 2-year assignment. I worked for 3 different companies when I've been here. So I was very fortunate to be able to continue my employment with job after job after job. So I've had 3 jobs here in Thailand over the last 24 years. So I find it, so I'm very, very fortunate that I was able to find employment. I worked in the power sector, so I worked for some really good companies across the board, had some really good managers. So while I was here, I engrossed myself into the culture as much as I could. I engrossed myself into Thailand customs practices, and so at some point I just said, hey, I'm an American, true and blue, but I just can't go back to the States right now because it's so nice here. So here are the 10 things you need to think about if you're considering retiring in Thailand. Number 1, financial planning. Like anything else, just like business, financial planning. First crucial step is putting together some type of financial plan. Where you're going to live, how you're going to live, what standards you want to live. In Thailand, you can live on $2,000 a month. Now, I know some people out there can say you can do it cheaper. But I'm saying I want you to live comfortable. I want you to be in a certain situation where, that covers everything. I mean, everything. If you want to get massages, if you want to go out to dinner, if you want to want to go to the beach, you want to fly up north to the mountains. That's a comfortable lifestyle. And I'm not saying it's over the top. Look, you can be anywhere from $1,000 to $20,000 a month. Depends on your budget. The beautiful thing about Thailand is you don't need $20,000 a month. You don't need $10,000 a month. You need $5,000 a month. You can make it on $1,000, very, very low end. But I think you can live very comfortable with $2,000 US a month. I think you can live very comfortable. Okay, number 2, visa requirements. Now, as an American, you're allowed to come in on a tourist visa for 30 days, and then you have to leave. And then you can go out and reapply again. But you have to leave the country. So I don't want anybody to come in and think they can just walk in the door, bring their $2,000 and stay forever. It's not the way it works. If you want to stay, you have to get the proper visa. If you're over 50, you can get a retirement visa. A retirement visa allows you to stay for 1 year. There are other visas out there. There's the elite visa that you can get for 10 years. It's kind of costly. It can cost you anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000. I'll put links in the bottom for all of those. But there's some key things you can stay. What I did, I was very fortunate. I was able to get permanent residence, so I have the equivalent green card for Thailand, and that allows me to stay. I don't have to do the 1-year visa every time. But it's a long process, difficult process. I had a lot of good people that supported me throughout that effort that allowed me to get that visa. Number 3, where do you want to live? Thailand is really diverse. If you look at the city, Bangkok, everything here is, any 5-star restaurant, any type of cuisine that you want, the best wine, the best cheeses, the best everything's here, the best hotels, I would say. But then that's the city, so everybody knows the city. Even though it's Bangkok, there's some specialties in the city that you won't find anywhere else in the world. Like the Royal Palace and things like that. But you can also go up north, up to Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, up into the mountains. Very, very beautiful up there. It's cooler in the wintertime, but it's a magical place, and it's 180 degrees out from Bangkok. Alternatively, You can go down south, and you can go to Phuket, Krabi, Phi Phi, Koh Samui, any of those places. When you go down south, that's where you have all the beaches, the islands where you see all those pictures of Thailand on the beach. So you have to figure out where you want to go, where you want to live, and it's a tough decision because all three of them are really, really nice and beautiful. Number 4, Thai language. It's not necessary that you learn Thai. You have to be 100% proficient on Thai language when you come here, but it helps out a lot. I mean a lot. I mean, you can get around Bangkok and most places in the touristy areas with learning no Thai, very little Thai. But I tell you what, it opens your mind up. It opens the whole world up when you speak a little Thai, because you can understand, you can see the smiles on their face when you try to attempt to speak Thai. I highly recommend you go and follow some YouTube channels. There's some great teachers out there who are teaching Thai online. There's also some courses out there that you can jump into, group courses. So if you're thinking about coming, and while you're planning your trip, let's say it's 6 months out, start learning Thai. Start learning, how to say, simple gestures, how to get around the taxi, how to order food, what are the days of the week. It will make your visit so much nicer to be able to communicate effectively when you get here. It's not crucial, but it goes a very, very long way. So I highly, highly recommend you start learning some Thai before you decide to either come as a tourist or if you decide to retire. Number 5, healthcare considerations. Now, the hospitalization system here, or the network of hospitals, are outstanding. Let me say that, outstanding. You can see people flying from around the world to visit the hospitals in Thailand. It's cheaper than what you would find in the UK, cheaper than you would find in the US. And the quality, I would say is on par with any place in the world. They have the latest technology. Most of the doctors have studied abroad, have come back, so they're outstanding at speaking English, etc., etc. You don't have to worry about that. But not every insurance plan is applicable here, okay? So you need to check that out in advance. But here in Thailand, everything's done basically in a hospital. So if you want to go to the hospital because you have a stomach ache, you go to the hospital. Not necessarily the emergency room that's also in the hospital. You just go to the hospital, you make an appointment, but all the doctors meet in the hospital. So it makes it really, really convenient. Really convenient. You got to get x-rays, go to the 3rd floor. You got to get an ultrasound, go to the 2nd floor. You want to see this doctor over here? Okay, he's available too. So normally you can go, take your blood work, do your x-rays, do your ultrasound, and you go down to the Starbucks, you get a cup of coffee, and within an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, you can see everybody at one point, get your results, they give your hand copies, so you can go meet with the doctor, the specialist that day. You can take the paperwork, if you will, send it off to the U.S., send it to wherever you want to go. You can go down to another hospital, get a second opinion. It's all there. There's no secret. There's no hidden agenda. It's your information. It's your healthcare. So it makes it really good, because in the U.S., it might take you 4 months to see, all the doctors you would see in Thailand in one day and get your results. So from an efficiency perspective, it's outstanding. You can't beat it. Next one, culture. Okay, Thai culture is not like the U.S. It's not like the U.K. It's called Thailand. It's called Thailand. It's not called United States. It's not called U.K. It's not called Australia. So don't come here expecting to find the U.S., Australia, or the U.K. Come here to find Thailand. So, I hear many people say, it's not how it's done back in, my country. I wish they would do that here. This is crazy. Hey, it's Thailand. And that's the beauty of Thailand. It's different than the U.S. It's different than the U.K. It's different than Australia. So accept what it is, embrace it, and love it, because the culture here is beautiful. Really, really nice, really laid back. It's really fun. You'll meet some of the sweetest, kindest, open people in the world, okay? So you really need to embrace the culture respectfully, respectfully. There's some things that you don't do here that you can do in other countries, now I'll make another video on that. Pay attention to the culture. So like I say, pay attention to the culture. Don't disrespect anybody. Don't use your feet to talk to someone. Don't touch anybody on the common sense stuff, guys. Next one, establish a local network if you can, right? So a lot of times that when people come, and let's say they're Americans, they'll find out where all the Americans are and hang with the Americans. Australians will go where the Australians are. Germans will go where the Germans are. That's a good thing because some of those guys who have been here longer than you will tell you where to go and open the doors up for you and give you some information. They'll teach you some things that they've had the luxury or misfortunes to learn by themselves, so they can share that information with you. You also find some local friends. Find some people that you can talk to, whether it's people that work in hotels, do some networking, try to find some local Thai people, local Thai people that can help you out if you get into a jam. Hobbies, you need to know what you're going to do. If you're coming to retire and you don't, or you're coming and you're not going to be working, right? So you need to have something to do. Golf here is absolutely stunning, scuba diving, there's tons of things you can do. There's yoga, there's cooking, there's retreats, there's tons of stuff. But you got to really have a good idea on what you want to do, because it's like anywhere else, unless you get involved, you sit at the house all day, you go at the hotel all day, you'll get bored, you'll pick up weight, your health will decline. You have to be active here. And that's one of the reasons why you come here. It's an easier life, but you have to get engaged. One more, you have to embrace the Thai pace of life. What am I saying there? Everything is done at a different scale here, a different pace. It's not like the U.S. where everything is go, 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 go. It's not like that here. So don't come and expect it. So if you go to a restaurant and everybody orders food, this plate might come out, this plate might come out, this plate might come out. Whereas in the U.S. sometimes all the food comes out at one time and then everybody eats. Here's a bit different. Don't get upset about it. It's just the pace. It's the way things are. Enjoy it. And that's why you see people share food here, because it all doesn't come out at one point. So you can all start eating together. Also, eating a meal, it's a whole lot slower. It's almost like community time. It's talk time. It's not jam the food down your mouth as quick as you can while you're watching the boob tube. It's more of a community type thing. So families are very, very important. So you have to just relax a little bit, breathe a little bit. Everything's not going to go your way. There will be some mishaps, but don't expect everything to happen like that. It just doesn't. Traffic is another key one. It's another pace, right? Traffic can be brutal sometimes. But it's not a reason to get upset. You don't get road rage. You don't start screaming, yelling, and blowing your horn. You just accept it. It's Thailand. It's traffic. Traffic happens, right? It's going to happen every day. When it rains, it's going to get worse. Okay? It is what it is, right? Just accept it and move on. Here's the last one. You should know the law. I'm not saying you need to be a lawyer here, but there's some key things that you need to know. And I don't want to go through all of it right now, but there's some key things like buying a house here. If you want to buy a house, foreigners are not allowed to buy a house here that has any land associated with it. So you are allowed to buy condominium, and that building must be allocated 51% Thai, 49% foreigner. You can buy that, but you're not allowed to buy land. So be careful. So even if you buy a house or buy a condo, it still doesn't give you the visas associated with it. So you still have to come in as a tourist visa, even though you own that house, unless you go and get the elite visa or something like that. So speaking of visas, I'm going to give you some key websites that you should go to so that you can learn a little bit. The first one is called ThaiEmbassy.com. It's a lot of information. Now, this website provides information about visa requirements, application procedures, and relevant documents for retirees who want to live in Thailand. Next one is ThaiVisa.com. ThaiVisa.com is a popular expat forum where you can get advice on first-hand experience of individuals who have retired in Thailand. So it's a good place to talk to people who've already done it. The next one is RetireInAsia.com. RetireInAsia.com is a website that focuses on retirement in various Asian countries, including Thailand, that provides guides, articles, resources to help expats navigate through the process of moving abroad. Next one, ExpatLifeInThailand.com. Expat Life in Thailand offers information on various aspects of living in Thailand, including retirement planning, healthcare, cultural considerations. Last but not least, ThailandProperty.com. ThailandProperty.com is a platform that is used for retirees looking for suitable combinations in Thailand. It provides a listing of properties for sale or for rent, including apartment, houses, and condominiums. During this video, I'll give you some good insight about retiring in Thailand. I've probably said a bunch of stuff that's confusing, but I'm telling you, it's one of the best places in the world. It's beautiful people, beautiful food. I couldn't think about being anywhere else at this point in my life. If you have any questions about retiring in Thailand, I survived in business for 24 years here. Now, retiring here and working here is totally different. Totally different. Easy Career Growth is a combination of all of my experiences working here in Southeast Asia over the last 24 years. So, if you like this video, and if you're considering moving to Thailand, and you want some more information, reach out to me. We can talk about anything and everything. And I give you all the insight that I have about working here and also retiring here or living here. So appreciate your time. Thanks a lot. Hit that subscribe button now. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.